All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another weekly setup. So I'm done analyzing over 20 pairs using the fxalexg set and forget strategy, and we have about 5 to 6 trades to pay attention to for next week that might give us opportunity. For the past 3 weeks, we have not really traded any solid opportunity, but I think this week might be it. So these are the pairs I'll be paying attention to for next week. So coming over to my screen right now, you can see that the very first pair I'll be paying attention to for next week will be EURUSD for sales. So if you look at the daily time frame, right, let's start with the weekly. So starting with the weekly time frame, you can clearly see that the weekly time frame had a very strong bullish momentum to the upside, had a lot of consolidation, shifted structure bearish. You can clearly see going over to the daily time frame. Daily time frame is also bearish as well because this is clearly the lower low and this is the lower high, or this is the lower high, depending on which one you want to call the lower high. But we are currently rejecting from area of interest, which is the daily area of interest. As you can see, anytime we came to that area, we are actually making a major decision if to go strongly to the upside, of which we have done multiple times, or go strongly to the downside. In this case, because the market structure is bearish, we are expecting that markets should be going strongly to the downside. And from this area of interest, we have clearly rejected it once, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. But these rejections are not enough, right? Because I need the 4 hour time frame to actually shift structure bearish. In my opinion, the market structure is actually still bearish, but it's a very tight one. I need price to start gaining momentum to one direction. And the direction I chose was to the downside because I expect market to be going to the downside. So, but for me to be interested in taking this trade, I simply need a break under this low right here, a retracement of that low, and a confirmatory entry, which will be our engulfing to be able to sell this market to the downside. That's my first pair for this week. The next pair we have is GPBUSD. So let me explain what all these lines on my chart are, right? So this line, price has not gotten to this line. Price has not gotten to this point, to this price point, which is 2.35517 for the past 200 days. So I don't really expect price to get to that level. So this line and this line might be our stop loss area. This second line, price has not really gotten to this area for almost like 1,000 days or thereabout. So these are going to be a very possible stop loss area, or the safest point to put the stop loss. We have our area of interest right here, which price has rejected multiple times. So if I go over to the left, you can see we have multiple rejections from that area of interest. Clearly, anytime we came to that area, even if we were coming with bullish momentum, so anytime we came to that area, we started selling strongly to the downside, and I've done that about 1, 2, 3 times. Clearly, that you can clearly see, we are currently at that area right now. It simply makes sense that we should be selling to the downside. Now we have clearly started already selling. We have already rejected that area, and we are clearly selling already. What we are looking for is where to just latch on to the trade, so that we can catch the rest of the move, right? So now the daily time frame is also bearish because this was the higher high and this was the higher low. We have currently broken below that level. If we can get a cleaner retracement on the daily time frame, we'll be interested in actually selling this market to this level, which will be our first take profit target, or to this level, which will be our final take profit target. Same thing with the 4 hour time frame, it's also bearish. We need a retracement back into this level to sell. Same thing with the 1 hour time frame, which will be our entry time frame. That is second market I'm paying attention to for this week. USD CAD is the next pair. If you look at this market right now, you can clearly see that the 4 hour time frame is bearish. This is the 4 hour time frame, and the daily time frame is, well, currently bullish, right? So this is almost like a counter trend trade setup, but we are having rejections to the downside. Now this is the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame seems overbought already. We have been buying for the past pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks back to back, right? We expect at least a retracement before we continue buying. We also have a reversal candlestick pattern right here. We have a bullish candle, we have a doji, which is an indecisive candle, and then we now have a strong bearish candle, which shows that price could actually start reversing to the downside at least. So it's almost like a counter trend trade setup that we're about to catch right now. 4 hour time frame, let me show you exactly what we have, because it's already already bearish, right? So we broke under the area of interest. We are having a retracement of that area of interest, but we need slowdown, right? We don't need strong momentum coming to the area. So if you can get like a 4 hour doji right here and engulfing, we'll be interested in selling this market to the downside. The next pair we have is gold. So as for gold, we'll decide on if we are going to be entering this market. But what we are looking for is a break and retest above this area that have simply held price multiple times to buy, or a break below this area, break and retest below this area to sell. So we do have two directional buyers for gold this week. Other pairs I'll be paying attention to for this week is I would like to see how they play out. I would like to see how Euro AUD play out, because I'm predicting that price will have a retracement back into this area to sell. GBP USD, I'm expecting that price will have a break and retest and will be interested in selling from this level, not here, right? So we'll be interested in selling from this level when we have extra confluences, right? I'll show you the extra confluences we have. If you look right here, there might be some form of a trend line. That will be a trend line break, right? So price will be clearly under trend line, right? Same thing with the EME. The EME will start shifting structure. Instead of holding price as support, to start holding price as resistance, right? I think that would be a way more better trade to be playing, right? Instead of actually selling from here, right? So we are expecting GBP USD to be selling, and that will make more sense because, by the way, we are already expecting Euro USD to be selling. So both of these markets usually move similarly, right? And then the last pair I'll be paying attention to for this week, I'll like to see how it plays out, will be AUD JPY for sales. If we can get a clean break and retest on this level, we can have a clean sell to the downside. So that's pretty much the pairs I'll be paying attention to for this week. I think this week we are going to be getting the opportunity. It has been a while we had very clean markets like this, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys on the Telegram channel where I do call these trades live, right? So before I take any trades, I will tell you guys I'm taking the trade. In order to join the Telegram channel, I'll show you how to join. It's very easy. Come over to the channel right here, click on this link that says "and one more link," right? If you click on that, it will open a page for you. As you can see, where you see under links, you see Telegram, and you see the Telegram link in order for you to join the Telegram channel. And then I'm calling these trades live as they happen. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next week.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.